Everybody, it's EK from EK Gorman Designs, and I am coming in today with another 5 Fast cards featuring the December Festive Elegance subscription kit from White Rose Crafts. This is in fact the third part of my 3-part series featuring 5 Fast cards. So each of the 3 parts have their own 5 Fast cards I make using the subscription kits. Today's card is today's card. These 5 cards are the last of the series. So these will be cards 11 through 15 that I've made using the kit, and in fact, there is a secret snuck-in one that I used for the add-on blog hop that is currently happening December 16th through the 21st of 2018. So if you're catching that in this time period, head over to the White Rose Crafts blog and join in on the hop for a chance to win a prize. If you're not catching it then, enjoy the 5 fast cards I'm currently making. For this card, I needed an anniversary card. Shh, don't tell my husband. But I needed an anniversary card because we are celebrating our wedding anniversary, and I didn't actually have anything laying around, and I was like, screw it, I'll make an anniversary card out of this collection of holiday goodies. And I did it because I knew I had this ephemera piece left still, and that is 2 champagne glasses. And I don't see 2 champagne glasses and think Christmas, I see 2 champagne glasses and think New Year's. But we have a December wedding, so it works out really well for me because there's holly in the background, and that's kind of what our wedding looked like with holly and Christmas ornaments everywhere. So I'm making an anniversary card, and I love the fact that this kit allows more than just holiday cards. Yes, there's a holiday theme to it or a festive vibe to it, but it allows more than just your traditional Christmas cards. I used some of the sticker to break up the card just a wee bit, and I pulled out a simple sentiment of love because there wasn't an happy anniversary sticker, but the love one I thought worked just fine. And I have a cold. You're gonna hear me snuffle. I'm sorry. I've been putting off making this video because of my cold. There's nothing I can do about it. I have a cold. I needed to do the voiceover. I have snuffles. And words like fine suddenly have have a D on the end of them because, yeah, fine. There we go. There we are. First card, an anniversary card for my husband. Don't tell him. He'll get it sometime this week. Anyway, here's card 2. This one I went with more of a festive feel, pulled out a bunch of papers and really layered the papers upon each other to create a fun horizontal card. I started with this bright, bold pink and went from there. It was funny because I was looking because I knew I was layering and I wanted a bunch of different colors, and when I got to the cookie ephemera sheet, I was like, wait, does this match? Does this actually match the card? Oops. And I don't think it does, but I think it works. I wish that piece of green paper had been a little bit bigger and it could have fully covered the bottom corner, but again, I'm working with what I have left from previous makes, and a whole piece of paper wasn't in the cards. I think by adding this piece of pink cardstock from my personal collection behind the purple paper, I made it work. I made what didn't match suddenly seem matchy. And I could have left the card here and left it done, but I pulled out the stickers. I realized I hadn't really utilized all these cool stickers. And decided the gray season greetings needed to go on, but once again, I don't think it matched. So I pulled out some purple paper, which kind of reflects, and this is again from my personal stock, but it reflects the colors in the ephemera sheet. You also get to watch me cut badly here. Love that I can trim and make things neat. But the gray suddenly worked by having the purple paper under it. Yeah, made me happy. And then I was like, it could use a little bit more. So I pulled out sequins, and I may have over-sequined the card. But I still think it's pretty. Instead of pulling out what I normally use to glue the sequins down, which is my glossy accents, I decided to use the Dove Crafts sparkle glue, because it is glue and it glues very well. And you know what? Whatever seeps out, it just adds more sparkle to the card. It works. It's nice. It's pretty. And there we are. There is card 2 from today's series. The third card is another layered paper card, but I hope this one feels differently than the previous ones. Because the paper The colors of the paper I think are so much fun. I think all the cards end up, if you end up using multiple colors of the paper, they all have a similar feel. And this one feels a little bit like card 2 because, again, I'm using so many of the different papers. But I'm layering these in different ways. I decided to make a banner out of this purple stock. And you can see I trimmed all the rest of them to be a little bit different. This was the last large piece of cardstock I had, or cardstock, of printed paper I had from the set. So decisions were made based solely off what large piece I had left and would be in the background. I will warn you now. Is it this card? Oh, I can't even remember. Filming it and voiceovering it are in 2 different time slots of my life because I filmed it all and then I got sick and I couldn't speak in a way that anybody wanted to listen to me because basically my nose sounded like this. I was just a miserably stuffy, horrible human being. So this is one of the first days I've actually felt well enough to do the voiceover. So here I am. So I am playing catch up with my memory, which that's a fun thing on a normally good day, let alone in the holiday season when I haven't felt well. I never get sick. I am the most miserable patient in the house. Like everybody in my house is a significantly better patient than I am. So yes, this is the card. What you see here and what is the final card, I ended up adding something. I kept staring at it and being like, it needs something, it needs something. Well, I pulled those stickers back out and added some of the long pieces of stickers to finalize the card, and it really made an impact on the final project. So there you go, card 3. Card 4 is a nice, simple card, and it's one of those ones I wish I could go back and do again. Because like I said, I was down to the last pieces of big paper I had. And I should have made this one smaller. I knew what I was going to do. I had a plan. A plan was in place. I never actually laid the plan out to make sure that it would work, and it doesn't. It would have if I'd made what comes next smaller. But it's a fine card. It just could have been so much better. I took some of the scrapberry ink, and yes, the scrapberry water reactive ink blends beautifully around cardstock. As you can see, it also stamps beautifully. I love that when you blend it out, it becomes this really soft color, and then when you stamp it, it's this vibrant purple. But I made my own printed paper, basically. And I added it to the card frame. And I like that I use gray because I like gray. But I never laid this piece of paper on top of the gray piece of paper to make sure it worked. Because I knew I was going to make a tag. Like, I had the plan in place. The plan was in my head. I was going to make a tag and lay a tag on top of a card and punch a hole in it and add string to it. Nowhere until I actually glue it down do I check to make sure, that it works. Whoops. So I have learned my lesson. Always check and make sure the plan that's in your head is working in reality. I promise this will also not be the last time I make some kind of egregious error like this, but I like the idea. It just needed to be smaller. I added the sentiment. See, and the sentiment, had I done it smaller, sentiment would have hung off the edges and it would actually have looked much stronger. But oh well. I pull out though, and I do like this. This is like one of the few parts of this card that, actually, I love the gray paper. I thought the gray paper worked great. I love the way it came out. The problem is I now cover it. See, if the tag had been an inch smaller on the sides and 2 inches shorter, it would have been such a good card. But I do like how I strung the snowman card from, or not card, the snowman charm from the card. I'm still taking medicine and my brain still isn't quite working, so bear with my voiceover. Because, I'm winning on some level. I'm sitting upright and not blowing my nose currently. And there's card 4. My final card is probably the simplest of the collection. And it is literally the last big piece of paper I had. But I like it because it's my favorite color, purple. Like, when you ask me to do something in purple, this is the color tones of purple I reach for. It's that lavendery color that I like so much. I distressed the edges of it with that purple ink, and yes, it works just fine doing it. I think everybody always thinks that only one type of ink is a good distressing ink. All types of ink are good distressing inks. And I added this specialty blue paper. I normally would have just added one strip, but because this paper is actually pretty thin, and to call it fine would not be fair, but it's a little bit more delicate than I'm used to working with. I added lots of adhesive, so I made sure it stuck. And then using some just of the fun little stickers to the sticker pad, the 12 by 12 pad of stickers, sheet of stickers, I added 3 stickers to finalize the card. And I thought it needed something, so I added 3 little dots of the Dovecraft glitter. And there you go, card 5. Easiest of the bunch, but I think it's still special looking. Thanks for peeking in. There are a handful, as of recording this video, there are a handful of the December subscription kit left. Don't miss out on your opportunity to own such a fun, unique kit. It should last you all the way through January and February. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye. Happy crafting.